Hello students. Okay, let's read this question. The table below shows the number of smart TVs sold at the electronic department in Black Friday at Best Buy. And then we have this table with all the different TVs. Which percent represents the number of all Sony smart TVs sold? And okay, so I'm gonna read my table, and I have Samsung smart TVs, Sony smart TVs, Panasonic smart TVs, and then again a Sony smart TV. Okay, good. I'm gonna circle or underline. In my case, I'm gonna highlight. And in the first sentences, I don't have it's description, but it doesn't really have any number. Then here, all the table is important, so I'm just gonna highlight the whole table. And then depending on the question, that's what I'm gonna focus on. And on my question, they wanna know percent for the number of all the Sony smart TVs. All the Sony smart TVs. Okay, so I did circle or underline. In our case, I did highlight. I have to box the question. The question is the percent for all the Sony smart TVs. My next section is elaborate. And for elaborate, I can make a picture, diagram, a table, anything that helps me to understand my situation. And because they talk about percent, and here I noticed that the smart TVs, they will be at a fraction of all the TVs. So I'm gonna do the fraction, decimal, and percent chart. That's gonna be my elaborate section. Okay, so I know that I can find a fraction in this situation, and I'm gonna say to have a fraction I need to find the part and the whole. And in this case, they want for us to focus on all Sony smart TVs. So let's look at the table. The first one is Samsung TV. The second one is Sony smart TV. The third one is Panasonic. And the last one also is a Sony smart TV. So to find this number here, we have to add 21 plus 33. 21 plus 33, and that's gonna be our part. And then to find the whole, I have to add all these numbers, and that will help me to find the whole. And I'm gonna highlight this in orange so we can see from where we got these numbers. When I add many numbers, guys, I just need to be careful that I add all the ones to ones and all the tens to tens, right? So I won't get any number incorrect. So we're gonna be adding all this so we can find the whole in the situation. Great. Can you help me to add? Okay, so we're gonna start adding. Can you help me out? 6 plus 1, 7. 7 plus 0, 7. 7 plus 3, 10. 0, and we carry 1. 1 plus 4, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. Great. So this is gonna be our whole. Now we're gonna add 21 and 33. So I'm gonna do that on the side. 21 plus 33, and I'm gonna put that in orange so I can know why I got those numbers outside. 3 plus 1, 4. 3 plus 2, 5. So this is gonna be 54 over 120. And I'm gonna highlight this in orange so we can follow all what we did. So from here we went to this fraction. Can we simplify this fraction? Absolutely. So on the side, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna write here, simplify the fraction. And I'm gonna bring my fraction, and it is 54 over 120. And I'm gonna start dividing by 2 because 2 is a very friendly number. and then I'm gonna say equal, and I'm gonna do on the side the 54, and I'm gonna say, okay, how can I break down 54 into two sections? Well, it will be 25 plus 25, because this is what, 50. And then also I can make a 4, and the 4 is 2 plus 2, right? So half of this will be just taking half of the first 50 and half of the 7. So that's gonna become a 27. And then on the denominator, this one is easy. It's like just looking at the 12. 12 divided by 2, that's a 60. And then that's a 6. And then really this 0 needs to come here. Is the 0 here. So we have 27 over 60. I'm going to see if I can keep simplifying. And this denominator, it ends on an odd number. So I cannot divide by 2 anymore. The denominator, I can divide by 2, but I needed to divide both. So I'm going to go to my next friendly factor, that can be the 3. Can I divide 27 by 3 and get a number with no remainder? Yes, we can divide 27 by 3 and get a 9, because 9 times 3 is 27. Great. Now what about the 60? Can I divide 60 by 3? Yes, because that would be 20, because 20 times 1, 20, 20 times 2, 40, and 20 times 3, 60. Great. So let's divide by 3 on the numerator and on the denominator. If we divide on the top, we divide on the bottom. Great. So this will become a 9, and this will become a 20. Great. And that will be my fraction here. I will have 9 over 20. Okay, great. Let's continue, guys. So I need to go from my fraction to decimal. There are two ways. One can be by dividing numerator into denominator. That's one. The other one is by having a denominator of 100. So I'm gonna do in the next step. And 20, I like it because 20 is a very friendly number. Can I multiply 20 by something and get 100? Yes, we can multiply by 5. So in this case, I'm gonna do that process because it's really friendly. So what I'm gonna say is, I'm trying to find a denominator of 100 because that helps me to write by place value. So how do I go from 20 to 100? The number is getting larger. So I multiply or divide. In this case, we're gonna multiply. 20 times what is 100? 20 times 5, because 20 plus 20, 40, plus 20, 60, plus 20, 80, and plus 20, that's my 100. Great. And we know that if we multiply in the denominator, we have to multiply on the numerator. And that's going to be a 45. And I like it because this denominator tells me my place value. Great. And I'm just going to remember how the place values work. So I'm going to add a decimal point here. And I'm going to write underneath each place value the name of the place value. Before the decimal point, we have the ones. Behind the decimal point, first we have the tenths. And then on the next one, behind the tenths, we have the hundredths. Like this. So now look, when you see a denominator of 100, that's super friendly because it means you must land on this denominator. And now I'm going to write this fraction here too. 45 over 100. And also the 100 means the percent symbol, right? Great. So here I'm going to say the 45 must land on the 100. So the last digit of 45 is the 5. So the 5 must land on the 100. Before the 5 we have the 4, and then we have the 0. Great. Having the denominator of 100 also means the percent symbol. So then in this case, the denominator of 100 is going to represent this percent symbol, and I'm just going to add the 45%. The other way, remember we said to go from decimal to percent is repeating that decimal 100 times, multiplying by 100. So in that case, we move the decimal point 1 and 2 place values. So the point is behind the 5. And that will be also 45%. So our answer is letter A, 45%. Thank you guys.